Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and I'm just checking in at the end of the day. I spent the day building QMH, questionable mental health, 8-ounce pots. You know, the ones that Shope's so fond of, that he drinks his coffee out of. Now, some people had asked me to put them in the store, not as a kit the way I usually sell them. Usually I sell them in the store in a carry case with a pot stand. So over time these have gone through some changes. I wind them now so that they'll work with the squirrel cage. They weren't always wound that way, but they are now. There's just the right space so they'll set into the squirrel cage stove. They work real good for that, and they also work good with a regular pot stand. So they're pretty versatile. They come with a lid and a knob and a lip guard and wound with fiberglass wick. Now people were asking me to put them in the store without the carry case and the pot stand. So I've done that. I've listed a few of them in there. That's just the pot with the lid and the knob. It's got the same insert and everything in it. The only thing different is it doesn't have the pot stand and the carry case. And it's, you know, like 10 bucks cheaper that way. So if you guys that are replacing one or already have a pot stand and carry case or don't want it, you can get it that way, just a bare pot now. Another thing was, let's see, somebody was talking about the mini atomics, and they were concerned that the jets weren't all evenly spaced in their stove, and they thought maybe they, you know, got a bad one. The deal on that is, I drill the jets in those stoves by hand. There's no set number of jets that's going to be in there. It's between 9 and 13. No set distance. I just do it by hand. Now here's the deal. When you go all the way around, the last hole, you've got a space, and it varies. Sometimes it'll come right out perfect, but it's not common. There's usually a space. And that space is one of those deals where you can either put one more jet in, and it'll kind of crowd things, and that'll make 3 jets fairly close together. Or you can not put a jet in there and have 2 jets fairly far apart. I usually put the extra jet in, so on the last hole you'll get a cluster of 3 jets usually. And that's common, they're all that way, unless I happen to get a perfect one. And it has no effect on the performance at all. So if you get one and the jets aren't even in it, that's just a mini atomic. All the guys that have used them in the past know that, and it's really a non-event. Okay, here's another question. I've read some articles, not some articles, but some comments from people on different sites where they were wondering about the wicking qualities of my carbon felt that I sell. I understand that some of the carbon felts you can buy doesn't wick well at all. It basically just doesn't wick. And in my stove designs where you pressurize the carbon felt by squeezing the bottle, as long as it retains the alcohol, once you squeeze it up and flood, that's pretty much it. But I have checked this carbon felt out, and it will wick alcohol about 3 inches, which is taller than any of my stoves. So that's kind of a good thing. But like I said, again, with the stove designs, it's not really relevant because the alcohol is forced up anyway. But it does keep the alcohol once you put it in, and it does wick about 3 inches. So that's kind of cool. And this carbon felt is really unique stuff. You'll never have to buy it. Once you put it in a stove, you'll never burn it out. I've got stoves here that have been lit 100 times, and the carbon felt's still fine in them. So that's pretty much all I've got. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Get out and hike. Take a friend. Enjoy the great outdoors. Get some mud on your boots. Cook some really great meals with your alcohol stoves. See the sights. And more important than anything, today, have a really great day. Bye-bye.